when I was making Room on Fire, one time at about 4 in the morning after a long day of work, Julian was kind of passed out on the couch and I was at the computer and no one else was there. And I had this idea. I said, "Hey, Julian, would you like to hear something I recorded here at the same studio about 6 months ago?" And he looked at me like, "Gordon, you know I don't like the music you like. We have different tastes in music, dude." And I said, "No, no, just listen to this." And I played him Poor Little Rich Boy by Regina Spektor. And instead of telling me to turn it off and giving me a grumble, to my surprise, he said, "Play another one." And I played another one and he said, "Burn me a CD of this. I want to take it home." And the result of that was that he wound up taking Regina Spektor on tour of the US when Room on Fire was released. The tour was Regina, then the Kings of Leon, and then the Strokes. So
Oh,
suddenly,
wow.
suddenly, I got Regina touring with the Strokes, and this blew up her career. Every label in the world wanted to know who is this person that Julian Casablancas is taking on tour. And so that's how they were on tour together in the US. Now I had this idea of when the Strokes got to Seattle, I was going to take them to my friend's studio on a farm, a beautiful studio, Bear Creek. And I talked to the owners of the studio. I said, "Listen, the Strokes have a day off. What if you give me free studio time and I show them your studio? And if they like it, maybe the next album will be done there." So the day that all worked out, they come out to the studio, and to my surprise, Julian says, "Hey, I'm doing a duet with Regina Spektor." And I go, "What the hell? A Strokes duet with Regina? How could that even work?" And they showed me, we recorded it in one day, mixed it in another day. Uh, the guy, Ryan Hadlock, great American producer, he was engineering that session at Bear Creek. That's his studio. And I was producing it, and it was a very easy 2 days with a beautiful result.
I love that song. Speaking of counterpoint, just the way that the band is playing and then Julian and Regina's vocals kind of intertwine. They
Right.
complement each other so well, their voices.
Absolutely.
It almost reminds me of like a Frank and Nancy song from the 60s, their vocal takes.